Yo, what's up, fam? It's your boy Burnell Washburn coming at you with another quick episode of Creative Success. So today I want to give you some ways to stay motivated and maximize your momentum. Now, one of the main reasons I'm making this video is just because I found myself starting to get a little bit critical on some people's laziness and just people not taking action, and I started to think about it, and I was like, well, we don't really criticize people for things that we're good at. Usually we criticize people for things that we need to work on ourselves. So that got me thinking, and I was like, damn, I'm kind of lazy in a couple areas, and I doubt like a lot of people around me would consider me lazy, but I'm not trying to compare myself to those people. I'm trying to compare myself to what I know my potential is, and I know that I'm not always doing my very best every day to move myself forward. So thought about it and came up with a couple ways to help you stay motivated and increase your momentum, just because a lot of people have been hitting me up asking like, yo man, you just seem so driven and so motivated all the time, like I don't know how you do that, how do you have like all this energy to do all this stuff? And so I thought about a couple ways that just can help you out, and I'm gonna be working on this stuff too, so making these videos will help me out as well. But the biggest reason I think people are often like lazy or just not as motivated as they should be sometimes is because they don't have a big enough dream. They don't have a dream that excites them enough to wake up excited every day and get out of bed and seize the day. Or on the other end of the spectrum, they have too big of a dream that does not feel believable to them and does not seem obtainable in any way, shape, or form. So I really think you need to have a dream that's big enough to excite you, but small enough to like really be obtainable and really feel like it's actually achievable in the near future for you. Because if you don't really believe that it's possible, you're not going to be motivated to go make it happen. So here's just a couple ways to maximize your momentum and stay motivated. Don't just expect to have energy. Don't just expect to feel like doing things when it comes around to it. You have to go out of your way to put yourself in that state and put yourself on that frequency beforehand. So I don't just wake up hoping that I'm gonna have the energy to work out. I have to take steps the night before and the day before and constantly be building habits that keep me in that state. And that includes eating healthy, paying attention to what types of foods give me energy and what types of foods take away my energy, staying hydrated, taking vitamins, making sure I get proper sleep. A lot of entrepreneurs and artists pride themselves and brag about how little sleep they get, but you'll be so much more effective and productive and energized and everything if you sleep right. So I don't really brag about not getting sleep anymore. Now I make sure I get 8 hours because it's just important, and I'm in a better place for the rest of the day. So a couple other ways you can put yourself in a good state to have that energy is through binaural beats and isochronic tones. I've mentioned those before, so look those up if you don't know about them. Different frequencies that can really help you out, and I use those on the days when I just wake up super groggy and just don't feel like doing anything, and they help put my brainwave pattern onto a good frequency. So another big suggestion for being in the proper state is to make sure that you're moving your body every 2 hours at a minimum. Like especially people like online or creative type people that are doing a lot of work on the computer and indoors a lot. Like you need to get outside more often and move your body more often. And I really recommend getting up and moving your body every 2 hours at the very least. And it doesn't have to be the craziest. You don't have to like go hit the gym every single time, but just hop up and do some jumping jacks and push-ups and pull-ups or whatever you can do every couple hours, just to get that blood flowing. And your mind, your body, and your soul is all connected. So your brain's not going to function as well if you're not moving your body. So don't just expect to have the energy. Get out there and create that, and get into some habits that put you in that proper state. Another tip that I have for you to keep your momentum going is to keep a success log, and that just means that you keep track of all the little successes you have. They don't have to be the craziest big milestones. They just little things throughout your day that you did right, that you feel good about, and write them down. Actually write them down physically on a piece of paper, or you can You can take a note in your phone or your laptop or whatever if you need to do that, but I really recommend writing them down and then reviewing them multiple times a day, multiple times a week, a month, right before you go to bed, right when you wake up, etc. And what happens is when you're keeping track of little successes, like I said, they don't have to be big, like waking up and I woke up at a good hour, I ate a healthy breakfast, I did my laundry, I made that phone call that I was putting off, I sent out that email that I should have done last week, or whatever. You just keep track of small little things that you were successful at or that you accomplished. And what that does is it makes your brain want to scan for more ways and more things to add to that list. So it gives you momentum and makes you feel like you're being successful and you're accomplishing stuff. And that good feeling that you get, that positive internal feedback that you get, just makes you want to keep doing more and adding more things to the list. So momentum is everything, and keeping a success log will really help you keep that momentum, because especially people that are hard on themselves like me, which I think it's good to be, but I think it's also dangerous because sometimes you might be like really productive for a while, and then you have that one day where you didn't accomplish something, or you weren't productive that day, and you just start beating yourself up over it, and then you start to like be in this mindset where you think you're not being productive when you really are. So keep track of those successes, and that'll keep you on that positive frequency and help you keep that momentum going. Um, Another tip, and this is probably my favorite tip that I'm gonna give you in this video, is to reward yourself, yo. We're like little children. We need to have rewards. We need to have immediate rewards for the actions that we're taking, or else our brain starts to just think, what's the point of you in doing all this work? What's the point in trying all this stuff? Because especially entrepreneurs and creative type people don't have immediate results that pay off and give them a reward sometimes, because a lot of times we're testing different things and testing different campaigns and strategies to just see what they work, see how they work, and like you don't get an immediate payout, or you don't get a reward, and a lot of times the rewards come later as a combination of just all these little things piling up. So it's important to give yourself some type of clear little reward immediately for taking the action, regardless of the result that the action gives you. And so it could be just something really simple. Like for me right now, I was about to be lazy and didn't want to do this video, and I wanted to go get a Jamba Juice because a smoothie sounds delicious right now. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a little reward once I get that video done, and then send a couple emails that I gotta send. Then I'm gonna let myself go to Jamba Juice and get myself whatever smoothie I want. So having those little rewards, like, I know it sounds stupid, but it's really important, and it helps out a lot, and it just gives you an immediate payout for doing the action, regardless of the results that are yielded from that action. And it's just, it's important to just like train your brain that you're going to get something out of the work that you're doing. Otherwise, you can start to feel like, what's the point? And you start to get discouraged and stuff. So, celebrate the little successes on the way. Don't wait for your giant milestones in order to reward yourself or feel like you deserve to celebrate. Just keep that success log and reward yourself for all the little things that you get done. And the bigger of a thing that you do, then maybe the bigger reward you want to give yourself. So another little tip that I have on the side is just stop comparing yourself to your friends and your family. And everybody's on a different path and a different wavelength, and everyone has a different potential. So it's easy to look at people that are like crazy motivated doing all this amazing stuff and feel like, damn, like I'm not shit. I'm not doing like a tenth of what they're doing every day, and start to feel bad about yourself. And it's also easy on the other side of the spectrum to be comparing yourself to your lazy ass friends that sit around smoking weed, playing video games all day, and feel like you're crushing it and feel like you're doing great. But I really recommend just resisting the urge to compare yourself to anyone, because we're all different. We're all on our own path and our own wavelength, and nobody knows what your potential is but you. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, if I'm comparing myself to my friends that are sitting around and not doing much, like I could feel like I'm crushing it, but in the reality, I'm not doing everything that I know I could be doing to move myself forward. So I only need to compare myself to my own potential. And If you really do feel the urge to compare yourself, which is not good, but if you really do, at least be comparing yourself to the successful people that you want to emulate and that you look up to, and see, what are they doing better than me and where could I improve. So yeah, just don't compare yourself. Don't expect to have that energy. Go out and create it. Put yourself in that state. Have a dream that's big enough, but still believable. Big enough to excite you, but super obtainable in your mind, that you feel like you could actually get something, and have a clear reward in your mind of what you're going to get out of that. Have smaller rewards for the little actions that you take along the way, and then have bigger rewards for when you actually get the results that you desire. Keep that success log. Keep track of all the little things that you're getting done. And last but not least is just jump in and do stuff. Like, there's a thing called analysis paralysis that really gets a lot of people, and it's where we think about stuff way too much before taking action. We like think of all the things that could go wrong, or we think of all the little ways we could execute it perfectly, and we just sit there and analyze every single aspect of what we're about to do before we do it, and then it just prevents us from taking action. Like, you could put a kid in a class for 3 months and have them learn the ins and outs of swimming and different strokes and stuff like that. But really, if you want a kid to learn how to swim, just toss them in the damn pool and they'll flail around and freak out for a minute, and eventually after a few minutes they'll be like, oh, okay, this is how you do it. And then they have that immediate feedback from jumping in and doing it, to see what they're doing wrong and what they can improve on. So stop analyzing things. Stop waiting for the perfect time. There's never going to be the perfect circumstances. Like they say, there's no time like the present, and that's one of the realest, most... It's so... Sorry, my laptop died for a second, but we back, yo. So real quick, just a quick recap. Make sure you have a dream that's big enough to excite you and inspire you, but seems obtainable and seems like you could achieve it pretty soon. Make sure you're putting yourself in that state and creating those habits, instead of just hoping that you'll have energy to do stuff when it comes around to it. Make sure that you're keeping track of your successes, keeping a log of all the little things that you're getting done, and make sure you're rewarding yourself for the little actions that you're taking and the little milestones along the way. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Just compare yourself to your own potential and what you feel like you can do. And last but not least, stop analyzing everything. Just jump in, because you can learn more from jumping in and trying something than you will from months and months of studying and reading about it. So just get out there and do it, and stop waiting for that perfect time, because there's never going to be that perfect time. So there you have it. There's a couple ways for you to stay motivated and just maximize your momentum. Wishing you guys all the success. I've been having a crazy amount of people sending me messages and texts and coming up to me in person every time I'm out and about, telling me how much they appreciate and love these videos. And so I'm just so humbled and inspired, and I'm really glad that they've been helping you guys out, because they've been helping me out a lot too. Because if I'm out here giving advice or tips on certain things, it makes me have to look at myself and be like, okay, I gotta step my game up in that area too, or whatever. So these videos help all of us, and like I said, tons of people have been reaching out and telling me how much they like them, but they haven't been leaving comments on the videos or whatever. They've just been sending me personal messages and texts, and I really appreciate that. But I just want to remind you guys how social media works, especially YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. It's all about engagement. It's all about engagement. So if you guys could do me a huge favor, and if you're feeling these videos, rather than shooting me a text or a message, please just put it in a comment on the video on the YouTube page or on the Facebook page. And what those engagements will do is they'll just help me impact more people and make a positive difference in the lives of as many people as possible. So please leave those comments. Sharing is always so much appreciated. And as always, if you know anyone that might benefit from watching these, like, tag them in a comment below or send them the link, and ask them to leave a comment and share it too if they're feeling it, and we'll just keep the momentum going and keep everyone inspired and motivated to do their best. So there you have it. There's another episode of Creative Success. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and you can check out more of these on burnellwashburn.com/creative success. Much love and respect, fam. Keep chasing your dreams, spreading that love. We'll talk soon. Peace.